Hello mga kababayan, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Laruan ni Obi-Wan. So ever since Todd McFarlane took over the DC Multiverse line, we have really been flooded with Batman action figures, and for the Batman Beyond alone, we have several iterations of this figure, including female versions. So what is so different with this mold that we're going to get this possibly one or two, spend about $24 for this? It's because it's a glow in the dark version of a figure that we already have in the past. So let's discover or rediscover this figure. Okay, so first order of business is to examine the contents of our purchase. So this looks familiar except for the glow-in-the-dark function of the Batman Beyond figure. So we already have seen this kind of accessories in the past. Of course, extra pair of hands and this batarang. So we also have a flight stand, the generic Mcfarlane flight stand, and we have the trading card. So does the trading card say something different of this Batman Beyond figure? It is basically just the same. As to points of articulation, if you already have the Target exclusive Batman Beyond figure or the GameStop Batman Beyond figure, then you are very familiar with how this glow-in-the-dark Batman Beyond figure would articulate. So points of articulation, there is no changes. And as for dimensions, same height, same features, everything except just for the paint that is on this figure, and somehow a little bit of improvements on how the paint is treated. So I'm just letting this figure soak in the light of this review table so we could really let this figure glow in the dark, which is the main feature why we bought this figure. So as to differences, it's just going to be on the face, just the face. So because as you could see, this face of this Batman Beyond figure is painted. So we have the painted mouth, we have the painted eyes, but with the rest of the accessories, same old, including how these hands are splayed, same with the other one that we have. Same accessories, same batarang, the red batarang. So this shares that same thing. So let's give this guy a few minutes to really soak in the light before we really put off the light and see whether this figure would really perform. So I checked my Batman Beyond DVD set and I found 2 episodes that would really render so much damage to the Batman Beyond suit, something similar to this kind of damage. So the titles of the episodes would be The Spellbound and The Lost Souls. So since the main feature of this Batman Beyond figure is going to be really the battle damage effect, then let's take a close look at the figure. So I'm going to put it as close to the camera as possible. So we have a look at the face of this Batman Beyond figure, but sadly we don't have any of those paint reaching to the back of the head or the helmet. So it's just going to be majority, the paint would be majority on the front of the figure. Of course, since we have the cape, Todd McFarlane skimped on the battle damage effect on the backside. So the backside is really clean. But so far for the leg area, some of the paint would reach at least to the back of the thighs and even on the calves. So let's take a look at the front. So the arms, the body, so we have some kind of circuitry being broken or something, some kind. So but we still see the Batman Beyond mold, so the symbol on the chest. Only the red paint is on a broken line or has battle damage effect. So that's it. So let's take a look at the arms, forearms, and the glow in the dark paint still would flow to the fingertips. So for the legs and the thighs, but somehow there's no battle damage effect too on the foot of this figure. So it would have been nice if, even if Todd McFarlane didn't instruct the design team to have the paint reach up to the leg, at least the red circuitry thing goes to the leg too, and even to the back of the figure. But if you're a customizer, that is an easy fix or an easy thing to do. So after this, well, it's easy to get some glow in the dark paint and really add a little bit more to this figure if you wish. So the belt, and that is my pet peeve too with the Batman Beyond figures, because the accessory packets does not reach up to the back of the belt with regards to, or compared to, the one that is produced, I think, by Mattel. So the utility packets of the belt still reaches to the back of the figure. So that is how this figure looks. Actually, the glow in the dark function would just be concentrated much on the green paint, not the red. So the red paint on this figure would not glow in the dark. So I already made an initial test, but somehow the paint really hasn't soaked so much light. So I'm still subjecting this to really a few minutes more of light before we take some pictures, possibly in the dark if we could, to really see if this is worth our $24 of glow in the dark Batman Beyond. Or if you already have a Batman Beyond on board, possibly two like I do, which I have the Target exclusive and the GameStop version. So you could make one of those figures into a battle damage Batman Beyond figure and save up on $24 for another figure. But so far, I really like the design, how the effect is done, but that is just my gripe, that somehow some parts of the suit are not given that kind of treatment. But anyway, it still looks actually okay, and compared to the other renditions of the Batman Beyond figure, the three that I really like, of course I'm a stickler for the more traditionalist Batman Beyond thing, so I will stick to the original design, which is this, the Target version and the GameStop version. But with regards to the female Batman Beyond figures, I really don't care much about those. But with regards to this, when this came out, so I really waited for it, and instead of looking for it driving around stores 50-40 miles away, I would just order this online and wait for Amazon to deliver this figure at my doorstep. So yep, this arrived this afternoon, so we're reviewing it now for this Sunday morning's special treat for us to enjoy this figure. So let's give a few more minutes so this figure could really soak up all the light that we have on this review table before we check out its special function. So this figure has been soaking in the light of this review table for about something like 30 minutes now, so just enough time for me to make the thumbnail of this video. So I'm already prepared with the thumbnail. So first, let's do a quick 360 of the figure in this Batman Beyond pose. So I studied how this figure should be posed so as to it's going to really soak in as much of the light from this table. So I had to expose the arms or pose the arms this way and the leg and the thighs this way, so when we take the final video of or turn off the light, actually we're really not turning off all of the light, we're just turning off the light of this review table, but I still have a lamp stand that's about 5 feet from here, just enough for light to really capture the image of this figure with the lights off from this review table. Okay, so in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's do a quick 360 of the figure 2. So this is the effect of the Batman Beyond by Todd Mcfarlane. So the battle damage Batman Beyond. So quick 360 of the figure. So we could appreciate the paint, that glow in the dark paint, and once again let's turn on the light. Okay, so you decide whether it's going to be worthy of your $24 plus your effort of finding it in your stores by driving to the location. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and see you on the next action figure review.